Every time I see you walking out my door, I wanna grab a frying pan and lay you out on the floor. That filth you talk, that stench just flies out of you. I should have listened, yeah, I should have. Said you loved me, I should have picked up and ran. Grabbed my unicycle and rode to Japan. Hang out with some geisha girls, sing karaoke and get a tattoo. Do everyone and everything to forget about you. Every time I see you walking out my door, I wanna grab a frying pan and lay you out on the floor. That filth you talk, that stench just flies out of you. I should have listened, yeah, I should have. Said you loved me, I should have picked up and ran. Grabbed my unicycle and rode to Japan. Hang out with some geisha girls, sing karaoke and get a tattoo. Do everyone and everything to forget about you. every time I see you walking out my door. I wanna grab a frying pan and lay you out on the floor. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Things looks like I froze here. Uh-oh, I got a webcam problem. Son of a, well, let's see if I can fix this. Let me deactivate it, and let me activate it again, and see if that solves my problem. And there it is. What do you know? Okay. Yeah, sometimes I do know what I'm doing. Not often, but sometimes. How's everyone doing today? I hope you had a great day. This is the political commentary page. I am the Lost American. On this page, or on this stream, basically we talk about things in the news. We talk about political events. We talk about non-political events. You know, we talk about whatever you want to talk about, really. Yeah, everything is open. Yeah, nothing is off the table. We have a live Discord call-in line and a Skype call-in line also. We've used the Discord before, and it was successful, but we've never had the opportunity to try out the Skype line. So if that's your thing, then feel free to jump right in and, try Skype. Basically what I do to prepare for this is I peruse the internet, and I look at what exactly is going on, and there's a lot of shit going on, a lot. But I did some preparation earlier today, and I had like 4 stories. So I do have like 4 stories here that we could talk about. And then I had a lot of work to do, so I was doing work. And then when I came back, I decided, well, I'm going to jump on real quick to see if there's any breaking news. And I just couldn't believe what I saw. Really. I can't believe what I'm looking at. It's like, okay, basically you take a look and you say, oh, this would be interesting. This would be interesting. This would be interesting. Really? Wow, this is really interesting. But I was faced with a barrage of shit. And you just can't, you can't make this stuff up. It just happens all at once. And let me show you what I'm talking about here. Let me, we'll pop this open, yeah? This is basically, I just put in Google News, yeah? I look at many different websites. I look at Al Jazeera. I look at Deutsche Welle, I look at BBC, CNN, Fox News, a whole mishmash of them, the Drudge Report, just to get a really good mix, yeah? But I jumped on Google News, and what do I hear? Richard Burr to step down as Intelligence Committee Chairman. FBI serves warrant in stock sales coronavirus investigation. FBI seizes Senator Burns' cell phone amid stock trader controversy. Feinstein talks with FBI about her husband's stocks trades. Senator Richard Burr steps down as Senate. Everything. Whistleblower testifies about vaccines. Oh, God, what is he going to say? Former U.S. top vaccine official Rick Bright testifies before Congress. What the hell is going on? It's just like, bam. And you know what's really, really shocking? That's not shocking to me. This is everyday normal things. Sun goes up, and, goes down, the moon comes up, and the same thing. What's not shocking to me? Well, actually, it is shocking. It's okay. Yeah, let me get a clear, cementing of what I want to say. All of these stories, inside trading, stocks, FBI seizes somebody's phone, The guy has to step down. Whistleblower about vaccines. I wonder what the hell that's about. All of this is about who? Politicians. The people that we elect to run our lives. It's not just about this guy. It's about all of them. And it's so hard for me to understand why people don't connect that issue. These are the most corrupt, egotistical, megalomaniac, power-hungry people, and we put them in charge of things. And we look up to them to make the right decisions for who? Not us. I mean, they make the right decisions for themselves, their partners, close friends, but you and I, they're the last person they think about when they make a decision. You know, who will benefit from this. It's just full, you know. And if I scroll down, okay, I'll do something. I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3. What here? What do we got here? Accused, a Aubrey gunman called cops 12 days before fatal shooting. Court allows a case against Trump over DC hotel to proceed. So now we got a lawsuit against Trump. Of course, we have a lot of lawsuits against Trump. He's had a lot of lawsuits against him. But you see what I mean? You see where I'm getting at here? These people are under investigation all the time. And these are the people that we entrust with our future. I mean, and don't say, I don't entrust them with my future. Of course you do. Of course you do. You go out there, you vote. You always say every freaking 4 years at least, you say, if we just get the right guy for the job or the right person for the job, everything will be fine. Yeah, I know that guy, he was not good, but we just need to get the right person in there. How long have we been saying that? Your whole lifetime, probably. And I don't want to hear the idiotic thought process that, well, we just need the Republicans in charge, or we just need the Democrats in charge. That's idiotic too. We take a look and see what happened under Republican rule, and then we'll take a look and see what happened under Democratic rule. It's both horrendous. And yet we put these people up on a pedestal. I just don't get that. Anyway, yeah, I came back just to see, you know, if there was something else new. And yeah, it's just all these stories here about this Mr. Burr. Okay. Well, anyway, I've got a couple other stories here we're going to take a look at. No, that's not what I wanted. Was it this? Yeah, right here. Here we go. So we have Germany's daily coronavirus case count has nearly tripled as regions consider an emergency break to reinstate harsher lockdown. So just when you think it's over, at least here, just when you think it's over, they're thinking about, you know, shutting it all back down. And I said last time that this was going to happen. I said that there will be an increase of cases and more people will die. I said that. Of course there will be. Let's see what they got to say here. Germany reported 933 new coronavirus cases on Tuesday, nearly 3 times as many as the day before. Logs and reporting can sometimes skew case counts and official. No, that's what the hell. Okay, here we go. About a week after Chancellor Angela Merkel further relaxed Germany's strict lockdown, the country on Tuesday reported nearly 3 times as many new COVID cases as it did the day before. Okay, I have to take some. I have to talk about this story a little bit. About a week after Chancellor Angela Merkel further relaxed Germany's strict lockdown, this is the first week. This is the first week that the lockdowns have been, laxed. So I'm not exactly sure what they're talking about here. I'm not exactly sure. The country's agency for limiting the spread of disease, the Robert Koch Institute, reported 933 new cases, a huge leap compared to the 357 reported on Monday. The country's R rate, what's R? Restricted? No idea. The country's R rate has also been above 1 for the past 3 days, according to the Institute. An R rate of 1 means that, on average, an infected person infects one other. Anything above 1 means that the outbreak is worsening. Okay? Do people where you are, do they wear gloves when they go out and shop? Do they really wear gloves? Why, if they do? I mean, if they touch something that's infected, then it's on the gloves. And then they touch something else with those same gloves, and now that's infected. And then they touch something else with those same gloves, and now that's infected. And it spreads and spreads and spreads and spreads, I guess. Legs in reporting can affect case counts, and CNN reported that because of statistical uncertainties, the Institute said it was too early to know whether cases were indeed on the rise overall. It has been 6 days since the country's lockdown was significantly loosened, with the reopening of shops and schools. Schools here are still not open. Only some schools are open. And they are opened very limitedly. It's not like all the kids come to class and they only have 1 class a week in some places. The other normal schools, as in like elementary, high school, they're not open yet. They are not opened. I know this as a fact. They are not opened. They are scheduled to open. This is May the 18th. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah. They're scheduled to open next week. And then they'll only be open for 3 days. So I really don't know where they're getting this story. Now, of course, Germany, like America, and like other countries, have different states. So perhaps in one state, the schools are open. But the way this story is written, shops and schools are open, it's very, very misleading. Incredibly misleading. People need to get their facts straight. Merkel has repeatedly warned that should the R number go above 1, Germany's health system could be overwhelmed. On Thursday, Merkel laid out criteria to apply an emergency brake to tighten the lockdown. It could be applied in any region where new cases of the virus in the 7-day period reach a rate of 50 per 100,000 people. 3 districts, a relatively small part of Germany, have already used the brake and more could follow. Districts, why don't they call them states? Why do they call them districts? As of Tuesday, Germany had reported 508 infections and 7,533 deaths from the virus. Okay, so ready to put the brakes on. Just when you think it's going to get back to normal, we're going to, put the brakes back on and close things down again, and limits people's ability to make money again. I don't know. I've got another one here, another story here, but it's not, for some reason, it's not. Oh, here we go. Oh, no, I want to talk about this in a minute. I want to look at this one first. Here we go. I think I mentioned this the other day, and I'm just curious. Here I got a photo of it. The testing. Yeah, where are we with the testing? Have you been tested? Have you been tested? If you haven't, why haven't you? Have you tried? Or do you just not care? If you get sick, you get sick. Mr. One person in the chat room. Mr. One viewer. I guess this is one of those drive-in testing sites, I guess. Although local hospitals and clinics have the capacity to test more, San Diego county officials are still struggling to make those tests widespread. Part of the problem is a lack of demand. Don't want to be tested. Will Huntsberry reports that county officials plan to test everyone living in congregate care homes, such as senior living facilities, to meet the most vulnerable people where they are. So I guess they're going to go to these places and test them there. There probably no one's left in these places. I mean, all the old people who were in these places died. That's where, I don't know, I've heard different numbers. 70%, 75% of the deaths overall came from these senior living facilities, assisted living centers, old folks' homes. Over 75% of the deaths, that's where they came from. Old people. Hospitals are used to competing for patients, not operating in concert. But during official state of emergency, public health officials like those in San Diego have special powers to coordinate responses. Okay, so it looks like they're going to be going out and testing people. It looks like old folks. Now, amid the coronavirus pandemic that is hammering park institutions and the sudden departure of its CEO, supporters are hoping the nonprofit can emerge as a leader and philanthropic force for Balboa Park. I guess I shouldn't have skipped so much because that makes no sense. Is this still the same story? No, it's a different story. So, this is it. Just this tiny little story right here. That's all it is. Okay. Federal, county, and state officials want to know how widespread the virus is to make decisions about how to best operate and with it and allow people to move out about again. San Diego. I've heard some pretty terrible stories coming out of Los Angeles. Did I just hear that it's required to wear your mask out in public? Or where was that? Do you know where that was? People are required to wear masks. Masks in public. Let's see here. I just heard the story. That's it. Must wear masks or facial coverings while in public. We're talking just walking down the street. You got to wear a mask. Wow, really? Okay, let's see if there's a.
I'm Christine Devine. Californians must stay home.
So let's take a look at this. Oh no, this is an advertisement.
To slow the spread of COVID-19.
No. Yes.
If you do need to go out for essentials, groceries, medications, stay 6 feet apart. Remember, staying home saves lives.
And yeah,
learn more at covid19.ca.gov.
Wear a mask out in public. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah, you got it here.
Good morning, Tony and Araxia. Good morning, everyone. Today, there's a long list of new businesses that can reopen starting tomorrow, and also one important executive order in the city of Los Angeles.
Simply put, bring your mask with you whenever you leave the home.
Face masks and coverings in the city of Los Angeles, they are here to stay for now. The mayor.
Did you see that? These two women walking by, both wearing masks. They come to a guy walking the opposite direction. He's not wearing a mask. And she looked at him like, oh, how dare you. And it's surprising that they're walking on the same sidewalk, walking in different directions. There are other towns which have implemented one-way sidewalks now, just in case you don't bump into somebody.
They are ordering everyone except for children under 2 and people with certain disabilities to wear a face covering over their mouths and noses when outside their homes. The mayor also modifying the city's Safer at Home order to now allow all retail businesses, except those in indoor malls, to resume limited operations. Translated, that means delivery, curbside, or doorside service. No inside the store shopping yet. Manufacturing businesses are also allowed to resume operations. LA County also updating its orders to allow more people to get back to business and recreation, allowing tennis and pickleball courts to open, along with community gardens and bike paths, shooting and archery ranges, equestrian centers, and model airplane centers to reopen as soon as tomorrow.
We are thrilled that the neighborhood is reopening again. It's time. We're ready for it.
You're ready for it. It's time that the neighborhood is opening up again. We are ready for it. She doesn't look ready, does she? She doesn't look ready to me.
The new order continues to urge people to stay home as much as possible, engage in social distancing always, and wear those face coverings. And the order now has no expiration date, although officials say they will continue working to ease restrictions. And the list of what cannot reopen yet, well, it is still lengthy and includes in-house dining at restaurants, gyms, beauty salons, and barbershops, along with no concerts and no sporting events. Bringing it back here live, beaches have now reopened in Los Angeles County, but not for laying out on the sand and working on your tan. You can surf or swim, walk, run, jog.
But
you just can't stay. You have to be active while at the beach. Reporting live in Studio City, I'm Gigi.
You cannot sit on the beach. You cannot sit on the beach. What's the matter with people? You can't sit on the beach. You can swim, you can talk, you can sing, you can run, but you can't sit on the beach. Jesus H. Christ. What the hell is going on? And yeah, you are required to wear some facial covering out in public in your own yard. Well, probably not, because that's your private property, but don't push it, because they'll arrest you for that too. They will ticket you. They will ticket you for that. For standing in your front yard without a mask. They're going to ticket you for that. Guaranteed. Walk down the street without a mask. This is frickin' Gestapo Nazi shit. That's exactly what this is. With no expiration date. They can let this go and go and go and go, because, you know, once they pass a law, very seldom do they recant it. Yeah. Just asinine. Asinine. I got one other thing here. And this is somewhat interesting, too. This is about the jobs, basically. I have a visitor. Do I have a lighter? I have a blue lighter. Need to use it? It's the neighborhood drug dealer. He needed a lighter. So, I got another story here. Last one. About jobs. Yeah. Or, well, actually, it's not about jobs. We know what it is about jobs. They're all have made to go on. Oh, go away. Yeah. But what about the person who doesn't have a job? Is there hope for them? Is there hope? But right now we've got, what are we on? We're on 2 months? 2 months now? In some areas, 2 months. Then we go 3 months. And when these deaths and the numbers of infected increase, we're going to have another month. And it will increase. It's going to increase. Unless the murder hornets kill everybody. Hey, that could be a good plan. The murder hornets. No, but basically, then the place will still not be open. That's 4 months without a job. 5 months without a job. How long do you think these people are going to last? Not that long. Not that long. And as I keep saying, the protests are going to be ramped up. I understand, and I've said that when you go to one of these protests, don't go there with a gun, but I got a bad feeling about this. Here's this other story about joblessness, people who have lost their jobs. What exactly is going to happen with them? I should be queued up here.
Hi, boy.
Fucking commercial. I had this all queued up, but I guess it just goes back to the beginning again once you put it on pause. Oh, is it playing? No, I have to play it. Yeah, okay. So I'll let this run. What about you? Do you have a job? Are you working? Are you being paid to stay home? Did you get your stimulus check? The $1,200? Are you needing another one? Will you get another one? I don't know. I got the guy just died. I can't believe it. Look at the mess he made. Raid Shadow Legends. Okay, here we go. What? No, fuck another commercial. I got 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, here we go.
Their jobs during the pandemic could also be bad news for their health. A new study reveals that roughly half of the American population has health insurance that's provided by employers, and 7 million wouldn't have access to any alternative if they were made jobless.
Didn't think about that. God, the people who are out of a job, laid off, yeah, a lot of people get their health insurance from their employers. And now that they're not employed anymore, and since America's health system, the insurance system is just pathetic, what are they going to do? Wow.
Kelly Morpin has more.
In April, the United States lost roughly 20 million jobs.
20 million.
And a new study indicates that 43 million Americans are in danger of losing their health insurance at a time when a pandemic is sweeping the country and access to health care is more important than ever.
The status quo is incredibly inefficient. It's incredibly unfair.
Okay, wait a minute. What happens if they find some cure, some immunity, a shot for this little puppy that's going around everywhere and making people sick and killing off old people? I wonder how much it's going to cost. It's going to cost. Yeah? Or they'll just make it mandatory and just, inject it in everybody's
tied to employment for no real reason. This problem exposes a lot of the inadequacies in our...
Well, wait a minute here. The status quo is incredibly inefficient. It's incredibly unfair. It's tied to employment for no reason. No, it is a reason, you dumb lady. There is a reason why insurance is tied to employment. It's called a benefit. It's called a benefit. It's an incentive. Yeah? If you work for our company, you will be insured. Also, your family. It's a perk, basically, for a country that does not have insurance for everybody. It's used as a perk.
System.
Now, before the pandemic broke out, roughly 160 million Americans had access to health care through their job. Now, for those who lose their job due to layoffs, they have access to health care, including Medicaid or the COBRA law. Quite complicated. Furthermore, research indicates that 7 million Americans are unlikely to find a new health care plan if they lose their job.
Who's going to pay for it? Last words I'll never forget. The response my patient gasped out between laboured breaths to me and my team after we explained that he needed to be intubated and placed on a ventilator.
Now, this is not just bad for individuals. It's bad for the health of the entire...
Sad story, but true. It is true. It is true. I mean, I lived in the States for a good part of my life, major part of my life. And I know what it's like being uninsured. I did not have health insurance for a major part of my life. I did not have it. I didn't need it. Wasn't interested in it. I never got, sick or into a major accident that I would have to rely on it. But it is a screwed up system. That's for sure. The insurance industry in America, along with the pharmaceutical industry, along with the politicians, make sure that insurance is very difficult to get. And they talk about it. Barack Obama's Obamacare was a ridiculous attempt at getting everybody health care. It really was. It was a ridiculous attempt. If they wanted to, if they really, truly wanted to, and if they really felt that way, instead of just words that people like to hear, their constituents like to hear, then they could give everybody health care. It would not hurt the economy one bit. So every time the Democrats talk about, oh, so many people unemployed, so many people uninsured, we have to make a health care plan. Well, then fine. Just say everybody's covered. That's it. That's all you have to do. And don't give me the bullshit about you don't have the money on it. You have the money. You just proved that you can print out as much money as you want. And apparently you don't give a shit about how it affects the money that's already in circulation. Apparently you don't care about that. They could do it in a heartbeat if they really wanted to. They don't want to. They do not want to. Let's take a look.
Our country it means people not going out to seek the help they need and staying sick.
1 out of every 7 U.S. adults report that they would avoid seeking health care for a fever and a dry cough due to concerns about their ability to pay for it.
Now, this is something that I'll tell you when I first came here to Germany. It seemed like frickin' everybody went for a doctor for everything. I mean, it was exactly the opposite. Yeah? When I came here and I had, a cold, a flu or whatever, people would tell me, oh, you got to go to the doctor. You got to go to the doctor. I'm like, why? I have a flu, for goodness sake. I mean, I'm not dying here. Why do I have to go to the doctor so he can tell me what I already know? I've got a flu. I'll just, drink some fluids and stay at home. Oh, my back. Oh, I got such a bad backache. I go to the doctor. Why? Why are you going to the doctor? I mean, they go to the doctor for everything. And when I first came here, they would spend 20, 30 minutes chatting with the doctor. Chat. Talk. And then people really freaked out. I think maybe it was like 15, 13 years ago when they implemented a new rule here in the healthcare system that every quarter, you had to pay €5 if you went to the doctor. So like January, February, March. Yeah, if you went to the doctor in January, the first time you went to him, you gave him €5. If you had to see him February, you don't have to pay him anything. If you go to in March, you don't have to pay him anything. Once a quarter, €5. And people were freaking out because they were so used to this being absolutely free. It's not really free. We pay a lot in taxes for it. I hate it when people say free healthcare.
Framed explicitly as believing to have been affected by the novel coronavirus, 9% still report that they would avoid seeking care.
Left-wing voices have certainly been raising the alarm.
20 million people lost their jobs last month. The American people do not want their health care tied to their employment. They want Medicare for all.
Well, Mr. Sanders, again, here we have a guy who was talking about the people. Government needs to take care of its people. And that is not the job of the government, for one thing. That is not their job. But if he, and people like him, really cared, then they would, if they were in office, or if they had the majority of the House or the Senate, then they would give American free health care. It's not complicated.
During the pandemic, in which millions have already lost their health insurance, we need to be guaranteeing healthcare for all, not taking it away.
Lack of health care for the unemployed may also explain the desperation of some Americans to end the lockdown.
Hey! Ho, ho! End the shutdown now!
Killing our economy is not saving lives. Respect our Constitution.
When the government fears the people, there's liberty!
Yeah. He's right there. Guy holding the flag.
While other countries have built up bigger welfare states, the United States has long stuck to the mantra, if you want things in life, you've got to work for them.
Okay. I would agree with that. I mean, that is a typical good old American, USA hard work. Yeah, if you want something in life, you got to get out there and work on it. Work for it. Nobody is going to give it to you. Nobody's going to hand it to you. And you don't deserve it unless you get out there and work for it. Hey, 100%. I agree with that sentiment. I do not believe that people deserve things just because they're, there. Here's free health care. Now you got to work for that. You got to pay for that. The problem in America is that the health care, the insurance costs are so freaking high, it's unbelievable compared to what it is around the rest of the world. Also, the medication is incredibly expensive. And do not tell me that America has the best doctors in the world. Don't tell me that. That's hogwash. It is. And we can't say that the healthcare system is the best in the world. I mean, this is something that Donald Trump says all the time. Oh, we've got the best things in the world. We've got the best doctors. We've got the best blah, 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 blah. It's very limitless. It's a very limited style of thinking, no? Very, I'm sorry, I have to say uneducated to think that this geographical landmass has the most talented doctors in the whole goddamn world. Nope. Don't think so. But America definitely doesn't have a problem with healthcare. Has a problem with insurance. Has a problem with the high cost of medication. Has a problem with the cost of staying in a hospital. Oh my goodness. But this is going to get worse. And this story is absolutely correct. What will people do when they lose their health insurance? They've already lost their jobs. They've already lost their income. If they had any savings, which Americans are not very great at saving money, but if they had their savings, they are starting to eat into it. What about their children? How are they going to provide for them? Are they all going to go on the government dole? Is that what this plan is? To get as many people dependent on the government as they can? Maybe once they come up with this vaccine, in order, I mean, maybe there is something to that. People get used to getting money for nothing. And then when they're faced with, okay, we found the cure. We found we have a what do you call it? Immunization for this. And now you're going to get it if you want it. If you do get it, you have an option. You can go back to work at, maybe, or no, I'm not sure if they would do that. Would they allow them to go to work, or would they just say, no, just stay with us. We'll pay for you. We'll pay for you if you get the shot. If you don't get the shot, we're not going to pay for you. And if you don't get the shot, nobody's going to hire you. Aha. Maybe that's it. Yeah? Maybe that's it. If you get the shot, you can continue to receive the money from the government. So you don't really need to work. Yeah? If you do not get the shot, the government will not pay you. But there will be laws put in place for the benefit of the public, for the health benefit of the public, that you will not be allowed to work at this place or that place or this place or this place without having this shot, because you could infect people. Maybe I'm onto something here. Could be. It could be. It's not too far-fetched. I mean, this is very possible. So if you think I'm a wacko conspiracy nut, then wait till the end of the year, or wait till the beginning of next year and find out. Remember this. Download this video. And remember I said this, because I'm going to forget. I'm just telling you, I'll forget about it. But that is a distinct possibility. People are going against the orders of shutting down their business. They are opening their business anyway. Elon Musk, I would have to say, he is the real hero out there. The guy who says, I don't give a shit what you're saying. I'm opening up my factory whether you want me to or not. Is this America or is this not America? Hats off to him. Hats off to him for standing up against these tyrants, because that's basically what this is becoming. This is what this is becoming. It is a goddamn flu. What's wrong with people? It's a flu. You get sick. If you're old and you get the flu, you have a possibility of dying. If you get the coronavirus and you're old, you have the possibility of dying. If you're a heavy smoker, it's going to be worse on you. These are all facts that we know. And no, we don't need top scientists to tell us this. If you're a heavy smoker and you get sick of any type, it's worse for you. God. I wish people would use their own minds instead of relying on all the crap we get from the mainstream media. So that's all I got for you this evening. Really, it is. Man, I'm restoring a house, a room in a house. Actually, it's like a whole apartment in a house. Very old house from the it was built 1881 or something like that. And tearing walls out and doing this and doing that. So yeah, I'm pretty beat, I worked on that today and I'm pretty beat. But I'll be back tomorrow morning, and I'm not sure what time it is where you are. But yeah, I will be back. If you like what you hear, the sole viewer, I wonder if you're the same viewer who's always here. I wonder if it's you. Someday, you'll reveal yourself. Because it's too bad, because when there's like 20 viewers, I'm not sure. Is he or she still there? I just don't know. Well, hats off to you too. So, hope you have a nice evening. And until next time, take care. Ciao.